What is it that we are hearing? Fresh news coming from Australia.
Fresh news or fresh panic? Because the latest that we are getting from a lot of media reports that are doing the rounds in Australia at this point is, I've also done a video on it. Today, India didn't have a PC. India were not even supposed to address a press conference, neither were supposed to practice. But yet they dominate the news. Because certain section of the media in Melbourne are reporting that Rohit Sharma will open the batting. KL Rahul, as always, reshuffled down to number 3. No mention of Shubman Gill. Where is he going to bat?
He has a thumb, it's something you were telling.
Now wait. Let us get into all that.
No, but do you believe media reports?
See, when it comes to India versus Australia, looking at both sides of the media, I really don't know who to believe and who not to believe.
As AB de Villiers has famously said that there is always a little bit of truth in rumors.
You're talking about
One
AB de
time
Villiers?
he was the only one who.
He was the one who
truth.
spread the rumor.
Yeah, no, the truth.
No, that wasn't
That was the
the-
truth.
That was the
no.
truth, yeah. But then he inadvertently blurted and then he had to retract
He
it back.
confirmed the rumor in that sense.
He confirmed
He
the
was the
rumor.
one.
No, he retracted it, but it then eventually became true only.
It was.
But till then, though, the clips were cut, na.
No, but it was right also what he
Yeah,
said.
it was right.
So,
Also.
clip-
He in fact opened the chats and read it out.
So on
He
this
was-
Christmas day,
He was a legend as a player, but to become a legend on YouTube takes time. It's a different pitch.
So, do you think that that's a very big reason why he was not called in the RCB setup? Because as we all know, even AB de Villiers said it many times that I've had a word with Virat and the management. They want me, associated with the RCB for the years to come, even though I've retired. Do you think that because no, but we've seen Virat on such things. He sort of tends and blocks people also, and then later.
No, but after that, I think they had something. They had some friendly thing after that.
they
also,
continue to
interaction.
remain each other's biscuits.
No,
So,
but
biscuits.
also I think RCB now have gone a bit towards the analytical data driven coaching setup for the moment, which worked for them last season. I mean, you may like it or
Later
not.
half.
Yeah, but see, eventually you judge the season at the end of it. They went with a data driven approach where they are relying a lot on these matchups, lengths and this, and not taking human decisions, but allowing the machines to take decision. They have a couple of data analysts who sit and then decide. By the way, just talking about that, I think it's now pretty much confirmed he's going to be captain of RCB.
yes.
It is because I was reading an interview of their
Director?
yeah,
Mo
director.
Bobart.
Yeah, Mo
Yeah.
Bobart,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the director was based in London, and he said that the good thing about Virat shifting to London is that they could meet very often, and then they were discussing things even in the lead up to the auction, and during the auction, Virat was very involved. So I'm not saying that he wasn't involved earlier, as Shashwat will say, so he'll correct me that he's always been involved. But the thing is, I think this time he was a very active involvement. Being a senior member and advising was one thing, but this time he was very actively involved, like a captain would. And I think they pretty much made the team like that with this conversation that he needs to go back to captaining. So I think it's now 99.99% because we have a history of never saying 100% on sports today.
Yeah.
So 99.99999% Virat is going to be captain of RCB.
RCB.
And
4
99
years later, he's back.
And 99.99% I'm not surprised. I would be surprised if there's going to be another captain, 0.11%.
Like, who are
If
the
that happens.
captaincy options?
No,
There was
I'm a little
Bhuvi,
surprised.
They
honestly.
don't have a leader within their team.
there was
Bhuvi,
Bhuvaneshwar,
Phil
Rajat
Salt,
Patidar.
Phil Salt, Liam Livingston, who have captained at some point, but they haven't really
Krunal
been full-time
Pandya.
captains.
Krunal Pandya's there.
But now it's almost done.
It's Virat back after 4 years.
I'm still a little surprised. But still, I am a little surprised.
No, he can be. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who would be surprised. Some would have been expecting it, but it's now pretty much confirmed. So just going back to that whole point, the reason we said that they had
AB,
now, they started relying on a lot of data, and because of which I think they're not going to a AB-like figure. I think every team goes through these cycles where sometimes data comes, sometimes analytical coach, sometimes pure instinct. So I think that the circle will happen, and eventually when they get out of that whole data obsession, when they will want human input and then they look for a coach, I think AB might still come back.
Maybe because human input wasn't working, that's why they
Yeah.
went to work.
So no, but to be fair to RCB, they tried everything, nothing was working. So they went this road,
Yeah.
and they hired these companies and analysts who are taking a bomb as salary and advising them, and literally they are going by, not like instincts, but okay. So in this to this over, this bowler does well, so this one will only bowl. This bowler does well against this sort of batters, like with data we discussed, which I don't think while team are looking at it, but often teams have said that this is just a direction they take, but they don't heavily rely.
Right.
But I think one team that's gone fully towards data has been RCB. It kind of worked for them last season.
Yeah.
Also.
But don't you think that that's just going away from the topic a bit? But don't you think that that's not the right way? Because again, cricket, because the stats that we see are also based on things that have happened on basis of instinct. If you just sort of carry forward those ahead, I don't know how much sense that actually makes, because at the end of the day, I think it's the instinct that you have, because on the ground, that's the base of cricket. I think the roots of cricket, when you're playing a shot, if I just break it down ball by ball, you're playing the ball on your instinct. So when the base of the game, when the game is based on instinct, isn't that how you should be going about, how you should be approaching the game in general?
It gives you a mental this thing. Okay, I have to be prepared for this. It doesn't change your instinct, it doesn't change any of that particular. Data is just to make you aware. Okay, I have to have a certain approach.
No, but certain teams are relying completely on data. As I said, RCB. See, personally, I may not be a fan of it. You may not be a fan of it, but there is no way of telling everyone how they need to. And also, just like I said, I'm not a fan of like just completely data-driven strategy. As a support, sure, but not as a primary way of running. But as I said, RCB is doing that. But that data is also not as plain Jane, one-dimensional as we look at sometimes. Like, okay, average, batting condition. It's a very in-depth sort of a data. Whether you rely on it or not is another debate. Like, as I said, I will not. Even if it's in-depth data, I will not. But it's not exactly like that. They put in lot of factors. So it'll be pitch conditions, opposition, point of the game,
Release points of the
situation,
opposition
lot of
bowlers,
things they look
lengths.
So I'm not saying it's very simple, like, just look at averages against batter, bowler. Not as simple. It's a very complicated process. I'm sure it has its advantages, but I would not.
Not
think
many
I'll just-
teams have gone that route. I think
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
KKR, it's RCB,
No,
KKR,
there could be a few in
Rajasthan to an
overseas.
extent.
No, but overseas.
Overseas,
teams,
yeah.
I'll give a very most recent example. I think just 2 or 3 years back. So when England, shifted to the baseball approach, they actually recalled, Ben Duckett. While his stats weren't really compelling as far as the county championship is concerned, there was a reason why they called him up, because they saw that he's performing in certain conditions at a very good rate. His average is good, his strike rate is good, he's performing at a particular position very well. You looked at the pitches also where he has done well, and that's why when you felt that he could be a good addition to your side as far as the flat tracks or those roads of Pakistan are concerned, you actually handed him a recall.
England was the team, in fact, to actually start this data thing.
Exactly.
I know Ian Morgan started those. You guys remember the placards from outside this culture. He only started.
Afghanistan was doing it during the
Yeah.
Even Andrew
also-
Strauss, before the
then
advent
he
of
did it
data.
for KKR as well.
Yeah, before the advent of data, I remember I had read one report where England hired the services of a mathematician to ensure
Yes.
Tendulkar doesn't score in 2011. He formulated the right equations, the pitches where you have to bowl, the lengths that you have to bowl, and England got that data answer.
So my next question is, which data analyst has told India that Rohit should now go and open in Test match?
Are they even following data?
I'm asking you, what is...
I think they have probably heard me as far as the previous dugout is
No,
concerned.
but you said 3. Now that they're saying forget 3 also.
Maybe
Because
they've taken a cue from it.
No, but I'm just saying, because when I asked, does anyone think that KL should not open, it was unanimous.
Yeah.
That how can the best batter that you have in your team, in the position that he has been batting well, you change him. So that was unanimous, right? But they're even
doing here? You should be in Melbourne.
changing that. No,
Yeah.
would you have got Rohit
No.
as opener?
I would have gone with KL as my opener. There is
That's
no
what.
need
I
to
just want to know
change
about
his
Rohit
position.
the opener.
No, absolutely not.
I personally would have opened with Rohit Sharma, and I'll give you my reason for that as well.
This test match.
This test match as well, because see, I know that I cannot drop Rohit Sharma because of the reason that he's a captain. So ideally, at number 6,
Otherwise, if he's not captain, you would drop him.
yeah, two test matches only in your life.
Supposing hypothetically, Bumrah was the captain,
Yeah.
and so then Rohit wouldn't have made a
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
Okay, now
So just knowing the fact that just knowing the fact that he's my captain and I cannot be dropping him at this point, the best utilization of Rohit Sharma is while he opens. At number 6, at this point, he's like a walking wicket. So even though I know the fact that KL Rahul is somebody who's been flourishing at the top order, I'll also do exactly the same. I'll push him to number 3. And then, in fact, open with Rohit Sharma only because of the reason that I feel at number 6 he's been wasted. Less damage in that sense, but to the team's batting in sense of batters contributing would be if Rohit Sharma opens for me, because that's where at least he will have that confidence. That's why I'll open with him for the betterment of the team.
so
And KL Rahul at 3.
So to adjust that, let's say a batter who's not been in good form, to adjust him so that he can strike some form, you remove a batter who's been in good form in the position that he is. Isn't that a bigger risk you're taking? And by the way, in all of this, you've not even mentioned where Shubman Gill goes, but we'll get to that a little later. First, let's just solve the conundrum of who's opening and where KL goes.
Okay, now 3 points. You used a particular term here on a very frequent basis. What is it? Adjustment. That term itself suggests that there is no data, there is no thinking behind this entire situation that is there. What did Rohit Sharma say firstly in Adelaide? In Adelaide, he stated, okay, I am personally not comfortable with it, but I'm doing it for the team. That itself was a giveaway that this was going to be a temporary situation. KL is batting well, but Rohit is not in form. Second, we are talking about Rohit not being in form at number 6, but for the take away these two, last 5 tests, where has he been in form as an opener? He's not been in form there also. 5 tests he's not been good as an opener. 2 tests he's not been good at number 6. What do you do with him? Firstly, one more former India cricketer mentioned that Rohit's defensive game, aside from his judgment, has been totally shattered in test cricket. Which is why you're seeing 7 tests he's had a lean run. In all these kind of situations, you're dropping or you're reshuffling one guy who's done well, and you're asking our captain to open because he's gotten his white ball game and he believes that, okay, my white ball game, if it's suited to test cricket like baseball, I'll take the game away from the opponents, without realizing that the same white ball mentality has destroyed whatever basics you had in test cricket.
But Vishija, the thing here is that Rohit Sharma coming at number 6 is clearly a walking wicket. So if I'm just getting those 20, I'm not even saying 50, if I'm getting those 20, 30 extra runs, seeing that this series has been very low scoring, barring that one test match, the first test match in Perth, that too just the second innings from India and one innings from Australia, all the other innings have been low scoring. Just keeping that in mind, when I can see that just pushing a Rohit Sharma at the top order might just end up giving me 20-30 runs more, that might make a difference on the match. And with KL Rahul, seeing the kind of the way he is batting and how assured he is, I think he at number 3 will not make a very drastic difference as far as his runs are concerned. Maybe he doesn't score big runs and all of those things. But maybe if he would have opened, that could have been the case. But that's now all of that would be in hindsight. But at least it is giving me assurance that KL Rahul stays the same. For me, he comes at number 3. It's not like I'm pushing him to the middle order. He stays at the top. Rohit Sharma coming in, maybe just if those 20-30 runs come in, I'm getting that.
No, again, you're mistaking the whole situation. Low scoring, right? But what position has been low scoring? In this entire series, barring that one innings.
Balla, this is first of all not a white ball game wherein you would be fine with a Rohit getting a 20 or a 30 odd while batting at number 3
I
or
don't
opening
want
the
a
innings.
20,
Okay,
30, yeah.
my only point is that this is one thing that I said yesterday also, that Rohit Sharma has flourished as a test cricketer as an opener. From 2019 until 2024, he has had a total of 900, 750s, and we can get, all into the relevant stats also, average and all these things. So my point is, now that KL Rahul is opening well, he is getting those runs, he's probably been your best batter in Australia so far. So for Rohit to probably, have that kind of a mental edge that, okay, I have got those big runs while in the top of the order. I cannot open now because of KL Rahul. So if I'm getting that number 3 slot, it's absolutely fine, because if he steps out to bat at number 3 or open the innings even tomorrow, I think first of all, it's going to be a little unfair on KL Rahul if he doesn't open. But then as far as Rohit is concerned, I think he would be in that mental space that, okay, this is the position wherein I have scored the most of the runs. This is another opportunity for me.
One more
That's
thing.
the point.
He is saying that because he's been a walking wicket at 6, so it's better to go to a position where he scored runs. But you have to see why has it been that the cause that he's not been able to get runs at 6, because he's been found wanting in terms of technique. Had he been a walking wicket, let's say hypothetically that the ball had started reverse swinging, and so he's coming in a position where he's struggling against reverse swing, or maybe spinners are coming into play and he's been struggling against spinners, then you'd say, okay, that phase of the game is not suiting him. I put him with the new ball and he excels at that, I'll do well. The fact is that when he's coming out to bat, there is no reverse swing, there are no spinners. It is actually the moving ball that's troubling him, right? Which is why he's been a walking wicket. When you push him to open, those problems only compound, those difficulty only compounds. Had he been showing that, okay, against fast bowling or against the second new ball, he's doing well coming down, and so he's not getting the second new ball and he's getting an old ball to face at 6, which is not suiting his style of play, I would agree. But right now, against the new ball, as we've seen at number 6, because he's coming out to bat, he's already been, so nothing suggests to me that shifting him in terms of opening will give you some runs. That is the one thing. It's not that, it's a guarantee that he will not score runs as an opener, but then there is no guarantee. What if he also bats at 6 and still gets runs? Yeah. There is no, for a man like Rohit to get back into form is a possibility. But I'm not seeing anything that is helping me decide that opening will be that area where he'll excel. Forget what has happened in the past. There were different situations. You're batting in second innings, coming at 5, 6, different conditions. That's not happened here. Secondly, KL Rahul has been your best opener as such. So to adjust, and that is the whole thing, to adjust one player, you are shuffling the balance of the team. See, more than anything you do, like look at Australia, right? They're not making too many changes. They don't, Mitch Marsh also they've gone with. Nathan Lyon also they're going with, because 1 or 2 changes are enough. Don't keep disrupting the balance. If India is going to keep disrupting the balance, there'll always be uncertainty. And I think that would be a problem.
I think I'll just make one point that if Rohit Sharma, he does open tomorrow at the MCG, and let's say KL Rahul bats at number 3 or number 6, I'll just, put it in a very simple way that everyone will understand. It's not going to be about the fact that KL Rahul is a flexible batter. He can bat at any position. In a nutshell, you are taking him for granted.
Look, whenever you want to now judge KL Rahul's numbers, if this happens on December 26th, if suppose India win the toss, they opt to bat. If Rohit comes out and KL comes in a certain different position, then all the debate that we have been having for the past 1-2 years is why does KL deserve a long rope? He deserves a long rope for these kind of adjustments.
Exactly.
You are propping up 2 guys who are not in form, and because my whims and fancies doesn't allow me to ensure that, okay, I bat in a certain position, I will allow my other guy to ensure I do that. Say, you are facing a Bangalore-like situation yet again.
I'll tell you what. The problem here, for what I'm trying to tell you is, you have already disrupted the batting order when Rohit Sharma started to bat at number 6. Ideally, you have already done that. So it's not something like that you now start, and it's not even like that your batting has been doing well till now, that if you disrupt the batting lineup, things are going to sort of, there's going to be a khichdi-like situation.
So disrupt the batting lineup where it's not doing well.
No.
You are disrupting where it's doing
You
well.
are breaking something.
Exactly.
Why fix something which is not broken?
No, I'm telling you the reason. That's how I started this point. In an ideal world, Rohit Sharma should not be in the 11. In the best case scenario is, Rohit Sharma is the first batter who should get dropped from this time, and some other batter should come in his place and play at number 6, and batting order should be the
second
same.
batter then. First is Rohit, then second.
Second, Shubman Gill.
Second is Shubman.
Yeah, continue.
So that is why. Ideally, that should be the case. But because that is not the case, what I'm trying to tell you is, see, Rohit Sharma coming at the top order still, just because the runs aren't coming on number 6, I know at opening, maybe there's a chance of that quick 30, 40, 50 that might sort of add up to my total when I'm seeing test matches are ending up in 220s, 230s, 250s. KL Rahul, even if Rohit Sharma gets out early, KL Rahul at number 3, he's somebody who will adjust again. That's all. That's
see,
why I'm.
he has
Because Rohit Sharma, you can't drop you. The best utilization of him.
Nobody
would
is
be a
saying to drop him.
Drop him.
Who is set to drop him?
batting
Dropping is
position,
not
I'm
even a
saying,
discussion at the moment.
he has failed more as an opener rather than at number 6. His sample size, if all people will want to support him, they'll say your sample size is too little. But because the position isn't glamorous enough, we are not going to debate upon it that much. Opening or number 6, that is Rohit Sharma's situation. He came to number 6 after a gap of 6 years. Let's understand that one thing in Test cricket. After a gap of 6 years, we knew he was getting the toughest conditions in the pink ball Test match. Number 6, twilight swinging ball. Oh, I'm gone. Brisbane also, he looked out of depth there also at number 6 with the tough conditions. Melbourne, okay, now the conditions in Melbourne are such, it's going to be extreme. Heat wave on day 1, day 2 cooler, day 3 rain, day 4 cooler, day 5 cloudy. Okay, the pitch will be up and down.
I was reading somewhere that there is no rain.
Day
Any of the
3.
5 days.
Day 3.
Any of the
But
5
to
days.
begin
Small
with, there was
patch.
rain on day 1. Now it's on day 3,
Gone.
so it's changing.
2. All I know is that day 1 is the hottest that they'll have on a
40
boxing
degrees.
day for any day, and
Yeah.
then going forward. No, just one thing on I mean, firstly, I just want to put this out there that there is a possibility he doesn't open as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just reports. But if in case that is to happen, we are sharing our opinion on that. But if let's say he was to open, I still feel that it's a wrong decision. But I will still credit Rohit Sharma for taking that step. While I know that it's not going to be ideal for the Indian team, it's not an ideal scenario. It should be KL. That's your best case scenario, optimum util. But I'm giving him credit where is because I think he's under the pump for scoring the runs. And I think any batter at the moment, whatever we discuss, the best batting position could be when the ball gets old. That's where you can score a lot of runs, not when the ball is new. If you have to score against the ball is new, you have to be very patient, survive good 20-25 overs, then you get run. But you also expose yourself to getting out early. For a player like Rohit Sharma, who's also the captain, ideally if he's just trying to succeed, would have been a better position to just be at 6 and hope. It's not every time that the top order will fail. It is a possibility that at some point the top order puts in some resistance, and then when he comes out to bat, there are good conditions to bat on. Like Jadeja made full use of those conditions, got those, and then he can get runs. But him putting his hand up and going there. There is another thought, which is why I go back to the conditions. I was seeing in a lot of social media, people are saying, Adelaide was pink ball, tough conditions. He didn't want to open, came at 6. Gabba, fastest pitch, didn't want to open, wanted to 6. Now we reach Melbourne, the best place to bat on, and he's pushing himself there. To those people, I just want to tell them, you need to do a refresher course in what MCG was.
Yeah.
If it was the old MCG, then somewhere your criticism or analysis would have been still fine that here comes the best batting pitch and he's gone to open. I'm afraid MCG is going to be exactly like what you saw at Gabba or what you saw at Adelaide. This is exactly how it's going to be. It's going to be tough to bat on initially with the new ball, and of course they will be run like you saw in Perth also. As the day progresses, as the ball becomes old, you will get a lot of runs as well. So it's similar tough conditions. So it's not to say that he's found an easier thing. He's probably put his hand up and said that he will go there. I don't know whether he's doing it to make it slightly more easier for Shubman Gill. I don't know what is the team discussion, but at least this theory I'm not ready to believe that just because you've reached a position where it's the best batting pitch, is pushed him there. It's absolutely not going to be like that. This MCG will surprise you. It will be exactly like the kind of conditions that you've seen so far in Australia. So it's more to do with combination than anything.
And see, if Rohit Sharma comes into open, there are just two things that can happen. Either you'll get those quick fire 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 maybe. Or he'll get out early. Both the situations, KL Rahul coming at number 3, if Rohit Sharma gets out early, he was anyways getting out early. Okay, KL Rahul comes at number 3, situations much like opening, and he will it won't be a very big difference for him. Even if Rohit Sharma goes on to score quick fire runs or runs on his own pace, KL Rahul then coming on number 3 when the ball is slightly more older, conditions are little more different as compared to opening.
He's not that player, no
But
KL. He's not that player.
I don't think, all I'm trying to say is just seeing how KL Rahul is batting at this moment, I don't think his form, he mentally or his game in that sense would actually change that much.
Why are you doing that? That's what my
Because
point is.
that's what I'm telling you, KL Rahul.
When the ball gets old, you might as well have a batter who can make full use of it. You're trying to fit you know,
Squares into circles.
into circles.
That's exactly what you're trying to do with Rohit Sharma.
But then that's no. But I'm just saying there is a possibility. See, what is KL excelling at? Not the one who's playing counter-attacking inning. He's excelling at playing the patient game, and that's where you need it at top of the order. If provided you get a good partnership from Yashasvi and KL, and the ball does get old, I think it'll suit Rohit even more so.
That's
if he comes
that's
there.
not been happening, man. That's why I'm saying. See, the only
no,
problem
but
it's
then
just
him
KL
going-
Rahul.
Arey
It's just
Baba.
Rohit Sharma for whom you have to do it because he's the captain.
No, see, I'm just saying there is a chance. There is a good chance KL does well. I'm saying good chance KL does well as an opener because that's the game he's playing. And there's a good chance that Rohit can play a big knock when the moving ball has stopped moving. That is the ideal scenario, right? Yes. Reverse that scenario. There is a lesser chance that KL can do well when the ball gets old and a lesser chance that Rohit can do well when the ball is new.
Yeah.
Why am I going to risk the lesser chance options?
Because
I'm
you
going to
cannot
go the
drop
greater
Rohit
chance.
Sharma.
I'm not asking him to be dropped.
But
I
then
just
at
said.
number 6,
I just,
it's see again. What gives us more confidence? If just one day before the game, on the eve of the game, I think what gives us more confidence where Rohit Sharma can score those runs. I think that is opening as of now.
No,
Number
exactly
6.
wrong. Yes, because he's not looking fit enough to play the new ball. How does it give you? What gives you confidence that he's? Please tell me one thing.
No, not his batting, just his past performance. It's just that mental, psychological edge that he's going to have once he sleeps tonight, once he walks out tomorrow. He knows that he has to open back on a position where he's comfortable
So
at.
what
Just
happens
that
to
edge.
the psychological thing of Shubman Gill?
Or a KL Rahul.
Again, that's why I'm telling you. KL Rahul, the only reason I'm ready to do that because KL Rahul
Soft
looks
target.
No. Again, I'm not looking at it as a soft target. At him as a soft target.
There is no
I am
other
looking
reason.
At him, the way he's batting, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference if he comes at number.
There is a mental adjustment thing
See,
also which
I
is
have-
all
see,
overlooking.
I have a Rohit Sharma who I know it might sound a little harsh, but as of now, not of any use to the Indian batting order in that sense. Seeing how he's batting, the most where I feel confidence where he can give me those runs, I think that is opening. KL coming at number 3, I don't think in his batting things are going to change much.
See, we are all having a very myopic outlook over past historical records, okay? Just
We
look
have
at,
no other option, which is we
again,
can't drop him.
in a spin-friendly
I
series,
don't. You keep going on about drop. I don't think anyone has
we are
said
not
he should be
drop.
dropped.
Bat him
So
in
then
the
that is
right
not even an
position.
option.
Yeah.
So who's asking him to be dropped? Have you suggested that he be dropped?
No,
So why are you giving the drop option? Nobody has said he should be dropped. We're looking at where he should be batting, either open or
You
six
started
or
off in
three
an
or whatever.
ideal world, he should be
Yeah.
dropped.
If
Yeah.
I had said no, but he's saying that we have no other option. I'm giving you option. No,
Yeah.
none of us has given the drop option. If you had given a drop option, then you can say your drop option is not there only. Nobody is giving
See,
a drop option.
dropping Rohit Sharma would mean that it's going to be the end of his test career. It's as simple as that. Now, if we talk about the batting positions, which could be for the MCG, if KL Rahul doesn't open, I think it's going to be very unfair on him. However, if Shubman Gill is, let's say, demoted to number 6, obviously it's not going to be good. It is going to be disappointing for Gill for
Where
that
is
matter.
Shubman Gill batting? Tell me.
I have a feeling that if Rohit Sharma bats within the top 3, let's say if he opens, if we go by the reports that Siddharth has just pointed out at the beginning of this discussion, then I think Shubman Gill is batting at number 6, or maybe there's one more report that's doing the rounds that India might field 2 spinners. Now, in that case, if you go with,
Shubman Gill for that and not Nitish Kumar.
that's what I'm just going by the reports. That is not
You
my
will
personal
have-
point.
You will
Another
have
batter less.
3 all-rounders batting.
Jadeja, Reddy, and Washington
So
Sundar.
you're going to take 6 bowlers.
I
for
don't
what?
know. I don't think it's a right thing
what?
to do. But that report is actually doing the rounds.
No. I don't care about report. The only other thing, okay, maybe you play 2 spinners, then one
Yeah.
of the other all-rounder goes, not a batter. And if Shubman Gill gets dropped, that's not where the spinner is coming in. Then another batter comes in. Whether it's a
Shubman Gill-
Sarfraz or a Jurel or whatever,
Jurel,
then a
yeah.
batter comes in.
Shubman
You
comes
can't
at 5
have-
for me.
Absolutely.
You
Even I
can't
agree
have
with that.
6 bowlers. What are you going to do with 6
5,
bowlers?
6 is
Five,
interchangeable.
five.
Okay, 5.
Any which ways, you are not using Nitish Reddy more as a bowler. But then, if Shubman Gill, let's say, he bats at number 6, it's
5.
5 or 6 for that matter, whichever
how will he
position
bat
is.
at 5?
Rishabh can come.
Rishabh is
No,
your
they are
incumbent
saying-
number 5.
They are saying, Rohit did not move Rishabh from 5.
Exactly.
They're going to do it for Shubman. I doubt it.
So if
Because
Shubman
Rohit
bats
himself
at
didn't have a
6,
good record at 5. So
yeah,
he's at
absolutely.
6, yeah.
See, it is going to be, it's not going to be good for Gill, but in the long run, I think he, any which ways, is going to be the backbone
No,
of the Indian batting.
I think
so it's fine.
if you're going to do this, then you might as well. I think it'll be unfair on Gill. Once again, he's been one of your highest run getters this year. Yes, Senna record is dubious. If you're dropping him, then you're making him a scapegoat. I certainly feel, or he's being singled out. But then if you drop him, then you can't, like, you'd rather not play him at 6. Then you might as well drop him and get a batter who bats at 6. Then whether it's a Jurel or a Sarfaraz, then you get that.
Okay, trivia question. Can anybody remember in this room when was the last time or as ever Shubman Gill batted at number 6? In domestic, in his youth, any time in this...
At max number 3 or number 4.
Number
At
three or
max.
number
Three,
Yeah.
mostly 3.
Mostly 3, right? Or as an opener?
19 also he played 3.
Right. Okay. Suddenly you are asking a mental adjustment from Shubman Gill to bat at 6. Look, in the report that I mentioned, only 2 names are there. The third name is missing. My theory is Shubman is not fit. He's not fit for Melbourne.
Is
you
he
get in a-
genuinely not fit, or is it side strain?
Because if
Answer that question.
it is a genuine injury. Because what
Are
has
you talking about the ball that hit him on his thumb? The
Yes.
Mohammad Siraj ball in
Yes.
the...
Yesterday, we ran those visuals exclusively on Sports Today.
Fracture to begin with the series.
Now, he immediately brushed the physio away. "Ah, I'm fine, I'll
He
bat,
batted.
I'll bat.
He batted after
for
that.
a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Has that injury worsened today? Which is why you're seeing
No,
these...
I doubt.
Because then there is
Same,
no
even I doubt.
point.
No, then no, you may drop him, and then it'll be a side strain. But I don't think his injury is serious enough for him not to be played.
Low grade.
Low grade side strain could be the reason you drop him.
See, but then when,
But
he,
not
when he missed Perth,
Is
it
it
was his
good
left
injury though?
thumb,
Now we
right?
know it
This
was
was his
true.
right thumb.
Which
Okay,
got
so they
Siraj,
injured in the
there's one low grade
stumps.
side
Oh, sorry, in the
strain
slips.
also.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, then
No, so
you
then
are
you're going to get
wasting
Sundar.
Shubman Gill. You are wasting Shubman Gill at
You
number
can't
6.
get Sundar. See,
So
if
that's
Sundar
what the
comes in,
report suggests.
we'll get to that later. But if Sundar comes in, then he has to come for a Nitish Reddy for an all-rounder
Yeah.
to all-rounder.
Yeah.
You can't take a batter out and play 3 all-rounders. I'm sorry. And what are you going to do with 6 bowlers anyway?
Exactly.
We need 5. So
See, it's
if
either a
Sundar
Jurel
comes
or
in-
a Sarfaraz
for a
coming in,
batter,
yeah.
hypothetically, if Gill is injured or dropped, whichever way you're looking at it, then you need to get a number 6 batter, which will then be a Jurel or a Sarfaraz, a proper batter. That's what you need to do.
Because see, you are wasting a Shubman Gill at number 6. A guy who has never batted in that position, now with the series at stake, remember, this is your series defining match. Whoever wins this is not losing the series. For India, they get the BGT back. Australia don't retain it for another 4 years then. Okay. So this match will define who gets the BGT. And in this, you are making these kind of harakiri changes. Rohit suddenly to open. KL at 3, Gill at 6.
But which is
Gill
that's how
at
you
six.
started the series as well.
Okay. Rohit Sharma,
That
for
you
your
already
kind
created
information, you're so interested in history, I'll go back to that one thing. Okay. Rohit Sharma in the series versus New Zealand, he was the only batter to be dismissed by the pacers, not by spinners. So, let me just tell you one major thing. Rohit Sharma on current form, both as an opener and at number 6, is you are caught between a rock and a hard place.
No, so Pawan's got a very interesting post for us. This is Washington Sundar's Instagram post that he's put 3 hours ago. He's put a sign of boxing glove, cricket, and he writes in on his own video.
That in is not.
India. Huh?
That's
Yeah,
India.
that's India.
That's
so,
India.
so what does that mean?
That's the basically that in is not in. That
No,
is,
I'm not saying that. But what does that mean? Boxing Day Test.
No,
Are
even
they-
Harshit Rana.
Count
Once
down.
open Harshit Rana's
So
Insta
that's what I'm
also.
saying. He's counting down to the Boxing Day Test.
Yeah, are they
But
anticipating?
so is every other Indian player who's
No,
a
no.
part of the squad.
Yeah, but
He's
come
talking about Harshit Rana also, no?
No, I'm saying just check once.
No,
Maybe
no.
he will. So
See, okay, that is fine. You could be a extra player and all, but if you would not put counting down to. a
Are
test.
they expecting the pitch to be slow and getting into spinners?
No, but by the way, if let's say you get a washi for a Nitish
Nitish
Reddy,
Reddy.
okay, then you're not really getting a bowler to get you wickets, but you're getting someone effectively
To lengthen the batting.
to give also to give rest to your fast bowlers. See, you're going on with 3 fast bowlers, they need some rest time. What I think they must have realized is with Nitish, because he's not bowling too many overs, there is not enough rest time. With just a Jadeja, may not be enough. Anyway, Jadeja finishes an over in 1 minute. So you need
Yeah.
somebody to give them. And in that case, you go with a Washington Sundar. But to say that the pitch is conducive to a spin bowling, that's not the case. As I said, this is, in fact, if you hear Rohit Sharma, he said it's not a dry pitch. Yes, overhead conditions could be very hot, and moving on in a test match, it could, spinners could come into play. But overall, this is going to be a pitch that will help fast bowlers as it has been helping them the last 3-4 years. That's what MCG has been, and it will continue to be like that. It will be a fast pitch. It's not a dry pitch. That also Rohit has made it. So they left enough moisture. It's going to be a quick track. So how much will a second spinner help? I'm not sure. I don't think this is a pitch to play two spinners. The only way they could be playing is that between a Reddy and a Washington, they've gone with a bowler who has more chance of picking a wicket. So it's not the style of bowling, but it is a bowler. And truth be told, between a Washi and a Nitish Reddy, Washi is a more accomplished bowler.
Correct.
So maybe that is then the logic, that if we are really going to play an all-rounder, then might as well play an all-rounder who's a good enough bowler. And what is the criticism that we were having? Nothing to do with Nitish Reddy's batting. He's been playing with a lot of heart. We were just saying that he's not a test level bowler. So now you're going with a Washington, not because of the condition, but because that is the only way you can fit a test level bowler who can at least get you wickets, whatever the conditions, and get you the same kind of batting that a Nitish Reddy.
See,
so just for the balance of the team, they're going.
See, if
not the
Nitish Reddy
Washi
goes.
posted before the Gabba test as well.
yeah,
A picture. Just I
not
don't
picture, but he didn't put that. No.
caption. See again, that's why we can't read too much into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying that this is
And
there.
social media post to any. You
No,
remember
no,
Hardik Pandya
No,
red
no.
ball.
I'm not saying.
See, anyway, if Nitish Reddy goes out, Manas Labuschagne will heave a big sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Because 2 wickets of Nitish Reddy is only been Manas Labuschagne.
Yeah.
That's why because post. See,
No,
Gabba
I'm not
also
saying
he
post is the
posted.
thing, but because he's stating that there are also reports emerging that is saying you could go, and I understand the logic. It's not the pitch that is helpful to spinners, but you're now going with a all-rounder, actual all-rounder, quote unquote, rather than a makeshift all-rounder.
Correct.
So I think that's the only logic, nothing else. Maybe that makes sense to just.
It will be a massive call then. If
No,
that
but
happens.
that is only for then. See, because earlier you were either playing with 4 bowlers,
Yeah.
right? And you were saying that we were falling short, and the 5th one was just to fill, now at least you go, okay, proper 5 bowlers. Proper 5 bowlers. It's not to say that the pitch is conducive to fast bowling, doesn't mean a good spinner cannot pick up wickets. He can, right? Provided he gets enough overs.
For example, Ashwin did it in 2020 in
Yeah.
MCG.
And the worst
Or as
decision.
Nathan Lyon has done.
The
multiple
worst
times.
decision they could take is remove Shubman, get in Washi, and then play 3 all-rounders. I don't think they will take this.
No. That I think will be a big risk because you're taking a proper batter out. You're taking a proper batter. I mean, then
I
again
also don't
you're
think so
going with
that's
that
going to
white ball, bits and pieces. While Sundar and Jadeja can be 7 and 8 batters, they can't be 6, 7 batters. Then
Because if
I'm
there is
sorry.
credibility in the reports, KL Rahul, if they had mentioned Rohit opening KL Rahul at 6, there would have been no debate whatsoever. But KL at 3, which means Shubman
Either he is not fit or he is going to be dropped.
Exactly. But I think the injury bit is far more because he looked good in patches in Adelaide also, Shubman Gill. He looked good. He was looking quite solid. He was looking assured. Gaba, I mean, which Indian batter apart from number 10 and number 11 and Ravindra Jadeja did themselves in glory at the Gaba? No one did. So that is why dropping just the easiest target once again is the fact that, okay, you are accommodating certain players who have outlived their shelf life in the Indian batting
I
order.
think it's just about 2 more test matches. I'm not going to read too much into the lines as far as future of these players are concerned.
3, assuming they make it to the WTC final, if they win the...
I'm counting just 2.
Okay. Because why this Melbourne test match is so important. India, if they win, BGT is theirs, WTC finals also all but theirs.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
If they win this test,
Yes.
and lose Sydney.
But if it's a draw, Sydney we are looking at, okay, if you lose Sydney, then yes, your
I
hopes
don't
are
trust
gone.
your weather.
Then you'll have to depend on.
Gaba was spot on.
Then you'll basically have to rely on Prabhat Jayasuriya to do the damage.
But my weather report
He
in
is
Brisbane was good.
Direct line for Sri Lankan.
Prabhat Jayasuriya.
Yeah.
No, Sri Lanka.
But my weather report in Brisbane was spot on. Here they are saying day 3 there is a bit of
You
rain.
had a little birdie also there, na?
Of course.
Yeah,
of
but
course.
I'll also tell
That's
you,
why it was on point.
one thing. a blunder that Siddharth committed today when I reached office. So we were discussing about India's potential 11 for Champions Trophy. So he's like, no, Kohli is going to bat at number 4, nah? He usually bats at number 4 in ODIs. I'm like, Vishy, when has that ever happened in the last 5 years or so? And then he's like, he bats at number 3.
You omitted certain all-rounders out from your playing level.
No, I said Hardik Pandya.
Simple.
No,
Very
we can
simple
discuss about that
Champions
Let's
later.
not talk about 11.
Yeah.
We omitted Rashid Khan.
Exactly.
We 11 collectively.
Did you
So,
guys have Shreyas Iyer in your 11 champions?
Yes, we did.
I didn't have.
I
How
did.
are you serious, Gulati sir?
I
It's
did.
harsh, but I
There is
I
no
had to make
chance
that
he's
call.
not playing
I had to make
ODI.
that. He's going to be a part of the 15, but not.
No.
But someday, some other day.
Some
that
other day.
discussion.
Some
Yeah.
other day.
Okay,
So-
2 questions before we wind up. 2 questions you have to answer. One, what do you do if you're the captain if you win the toss?
Bat first.
+1. Bat first.
Bad.
Traditionally, though, MCG has offered a lot of help to fast bowlers, especially in the first innings. And this is what happened in South Africa Australia game 2 years ago. They got South Africa out for 200 odd,
And
then
Warner hit a
batting
double
became
100.
Yeah.
very easy, and he got double 100 after that.
Yeah.
So I think statistically, last few years since MCG has changed, bowling first, even for Sheffield Shield and all, has been the way to go. So bowl first because you get the juice, you get the opposition out, and then pitch becomes good and you bat. So traditionally that's the case. However, the other thing that will, enforce the batting first decision is because it's going to be the hottest
Oh
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
So pitch will be baking. Whatever juice will come out very quickly. I mean, maybe 20, 30 overs onwards. So the advantage is if you go through those first 20, 30 overs, then you can bat long. And then you
Correct.
don't bat last. That's the advantage.
Yes.
But I think I'll go make it 4-zip for bat first. I know there are advantages both sides. But safer option. Bat
Yeah.
first.
I don't think the pitch will break because if you go to day 5, it's cloudy on that day. It's not going to be that much of.
Who is going day 5? Vishy?
It could go this test match.
If
I
it
think-
rains on day 3.
But need to bat at least
but
both
that
teams
rain-
combined need to bat for 3 days.
Okay, quick. How many days is the match going to go for?
4 days.
4.
3.
3 days and 2 sessions.
3.
So for me, 3
You're
days.
saying 3 or like less than 3?
3 days.
3 days.
Third date will finish. You're saying.
Yeah, 28th.
End of third.
No, it can be
No,
2.5
according to
days.
me,
also,
early
na?
morning fourth.
And
day.
this I'm assuming there's no rain. Then.
Okay,
You
okay.
get
Yeah.
full
According to fourth day, first
9
session.
sessions.
9 sessions.
I feel
Or
round
I
about
mean, the more plausible is I think
Fourth day,
10th
first
session.
even I feel
11th
around
session.
10th or 11th session. Yeah.
See, unless we have a Scott Boland build the man a statue spill. 6
They
for
will.
7.
Not again.
That's fair.
6 for 7.
Could happen. Could happen.
Could happen. He's got a
Okay.
great record at the MCG.
Predictions and why? Detailed prediction. Who's winning and why?
I think India is winning this test and India is retaining Border Gavaskar trophy. I have a very strong feeling
Why?
about it.
We don't just
See,
want your feeling. We
Yeah,
need
yeah,
some-
absolutely. I'm going to give that logic. See, if I am.
Feeling though he also had that Virat won't play.
Yeah,
T20
yeah.
World
I,
Cup, but he
I was
played.
just starting with it, just refreshing things. Okay. So basically, see, if I am a member of the Indian cricket team, let's say even I am the captain also, irrespective of the personal form that I have. If after the first 3 test matches, the scoreline reads 1-1, we won at Perth, we lost at Adelaide, and then, obviously, I'm not talking we as an Indian cricket team, I'm just talking that if I am the captain, so you won at Perth, lost at Adelaide, and won and drew in Gabba, I'm going to be happy with the scoreline. So now heading into the 4th test, it is going to give me more psychological advantage in comparison to Australia because your record in MCG in the past, in the last say maybe 10 to 11 years or so has been great. In 2014 you drew, won in 2018 and once again you won in 2021. So that's going to give you an extra added advantage also in comparison to Australia. Secondly, I think Scott Boland may be coming into this 11 and which means that obviously
He is in the 11.
he is going to be a part of the 11 obviously.
Announced their 11, not like India where
Yeah,
we're
they won.
discussing who's open.
I was basically going by the Andrew McDonald's comments that he made yesterday that
After that they've announced.
yeah,
They
this is going to
announced.
come. So I think they are still going to miss Josh Hazelwood. Not having Josh Hazelwood for this test is going to be a big blow. Having said that, with all due respect to Scott Boland, he has done well in these conditions. Also, is obviously it's his home ground. But then I think if I'm a part of the Indian cricket team, I think I would be very happy about
The
it.
Just
last-
one thing,
yeah.
just one thing before I come.
Yeah.
Nobody thought of bringing a Prasidh Krishna into the 11.
I think because Akashdeep did show, signs of good
In
form.
place
Four
of
fast
Mohammad,
bowlers?
I don't think so.
I'm tempted to.
So you could even do this, where if you're dropping a Shubman, you're getting a Washi, if that theory is correct, and then you get another fast bowler.
In place of
But
Nitish.
then again
Yeah.
you're going
I'm going to
Your
go with,
batting
yeah.
lineup
you're
is
going
weak.
with 6
True.
Yeah.
bowlers you don't need.
Exactly.
You would
Exactly.
rather want to
Drop
lengthen
Nitish
your
now.
batting.
Or
can
I
drop
would,
Nitish, get Prasidh,
or I would
Ah.
say rest Siraj because he's also been overburdened.
Nitish Washi, but then how does Prasidh
No, but
Prasidh,
you
one
cannot
batter,
you
go one
cannot
batter,
rest
stop.
either Bumrah or
Only one
Siraj.
bowler,
Not
full bowler,
resting
man,
Bumrah.
places,
So then 6 bowlers.
No, both.
I'm resting
Jadeja
only
one.
Siraj.
4 fast bowlers, 6 हो गए ना? So you don't need 6 bowlers.
No, then I'd go with
No, that
one
won't
spinner
happen.
less.
Won't happen. Won't happen.
What happened?
Though Prasidh did well in that India A
India
game.
A game. That's why he was your star bowler in that India A series
Sam
entirely.
Conscious also did well though.
So
Yeah.
he's come.
And obviously,
Jurel also did well, but he's
KL didn't do well, but he's your best batter in the BGT,
Ah,
isn't it? See, the last time Gulati backed South Africa to win the T20 World Cup, they choked spectacularly. Okay, so I'm not going by his feelings or instincts in that particular sense.
no, but I am giving you proper logic. See, despite Smith getting that turn, and obviously Head has been Australia's best batter so far in the series, I don't see that potential or that promise in Australia's batting. I still feel that
This
a
batting
little
order
more.
gives you more confidence than Australian batting order.
No,
India's
both,
batting
both
order.
batting doesn't give me any confidence for that
Yeah,
matter.
but still
Both are equally
more-
fragile.
See, again, we know Steve Smith. Once he
There-
scores runs,
there
he's
is
not
no-
somebody who's going to leave
There is
it
no
there.
51-49 for me. It is 50-50 as far as
And
both
you are
batting are
saying that-
concerned.
See, for me,
but he's picked one.
What I'm basically trying to say is
He
that,
gave one full explanation. why.
yeah,
You
despite
can
Steve
pick
Smith,
your-
he has scored 100. I don't think that, he has returned to form.
Yeah.
That's the point.
he's still getting caught down the leg side, so he's not the Steve Smith
Exactly.
level.
Why does Indian batting give you more confidence than Australian?
Because I have bharosa. Double
Australian.
bharosa.
I never said that. I said,
then you're
both
saying
batting are
bowling.
equally fragile.
Then India's bowling is better than Australia's bowling.
Absolutely.
Because you're saying Josh is.
Absolutely, it is.
No, I was just
See,
like,
for
yes.
me, Australia, I say, are the slight favorites, 51-49 in this case, because they have to end a 13-year rut at the MCG. They haven't won at the MCG against India for 13 years, 14 draw, as you pointed out. The last time a team won 2 consecutive tests was before India, it was West Indies. But then after that, Australia got back. So winning 3 tests at the same venue, it's tough to break that trend. But I can understand this Indian team has broken trends in the past. But somewhere down the line, I think in the last 2 tests, Australia's batting, some players have stepped up. We may all want to paint the town red, that Australia were in deep trouble at the Gabba while trying to set the initiative. But they were the ones who had ensured that the match had some meaning to it.
Yeah.
So Australia's batters on a slightly better wicket at the MCG might come back to form. And a Josh Hazlewood absence doesn't make that much of a difference. Australia hammered England 4-0 without Josh Hazlewood for 4 out of the 5 tests. So that is why Boland is a capable guy to step up in these conditions. Plus Australia looking far more settled, no outside noise that much. The only chaos that is happening is in the Indian team at this point.
Actually, I was reading that a lot of noise when Steve Smith and all were batting, but they didn't care. They kept batting. But there was a lot of noise when Indian team was batting. Then I think Virat told them, quiet.
Exactly.
Because Justin Langer had taught them well to how to negate the white noise.
Australia said even in the noise we'll bat.
Yeah.
According to me, it's to begin with 60-40 in favor of Australia. Clearly because very simple reasons that their batting gives way more confidence than the Indian batting. Not just how their batters are shaping up going into the business end of the series, but also the fact that they are much more settled in that sense. The Indian batting order isn't settled. Everyone is looking for runs. And I'm also keeping in the fact of the recency bias. That Virat got runs. It's been approximately that test match was in
Perth.
Date. It's been how many days since the first test match?
It's been round about a month.
It's been
1
a
month.
month since Virat got those runs, and it's been just a week since Steve Smith got those runs. Head has been scoring runs.
Test match.
Yeah, last test match. So that in terms of that also, I think form carrying it forward is more with the Australian batters, and Indian bowler again. Team selection hasn't been on point since the beginning of the series. You're still going in with Nitish Kumar Reddy or a Washington Sundar. I would have wanted a pure batter or a bowler for that matter in the team. That's not going to happen. So just the team combination, batting, the kind of batting both the teams have, and plus the bowlers as well, because Mohammad Siraj hasn't looked that good apart from the first test match. So very clear, simple, very simple reasons.
I think it'll be a close test match.
Yeah.
Because when I was trying to guess which team is going to win, I saw there were many things that, favoring India. And I agree with Gulati when he says about the momentum. And, when you come back from that
Exactly.
survival of that, it really helps you. And then also it takes Indian team some time to get settled in terms of the conditions and everything. And I think now, whatever nerves they would have had kind of get settled slightly. Being in Australia, the conditions also, this is now, the fourth test match. So you get more accustomed to the conditions and the challenges at hand. So that's the other thing. But I still will give Australia that slight edge to win this test match. Primarily because the fact that I don't agree with Gulati was that I know that this had been fortress for India,
Yeah.
Melbourne, but those were very different Melbourne pitches. They've changed that. They've changed the nature of pitches. And now it is no more the batting paradise. And as I said,
Used to
dead
be,
as a
yeah.
dodo pitch that they used to have. It's not
But
there.
wasn't Melbourne 2020 and start of that trend?
2017, it was the start of that trend.
When they
Australia
got
versus
demerit
England.
points.
Yeah.
Yes, no, but even if you look at the 2021 pitch, also pretty good. It's actually the last 2 years. I think the start was that England test match that happened
Correct.
right
Yeah,
after.
21,
From
yep.
there on, they've England, South Africa, Pakistan. I think 3 test matches
Yes,
since then.
yes.
They've really
All
changed.
finished very early
Yeah.
also.
2017, they sat together and said we need to change. But I think the real colors of the current MCG were visible since that
England Ashes match.
Yeah, I think after that. So it's not the same MCG. And because they are far more settled in their 11, and here we are debating India, who's open, who's coming there, you're trying to adjust things. So overall, I'd give Australia that slight edge, but I think it'll be an exciting test match. I don't
Humdinger.
see it. I don't see a runaway winner as such.
Yeah.
But interestingly, you talked about that how the Indian team now is sort of starting to look a little more settled, little more confident. Even I felt that the way you saved that test match, that would have united. In fact, the visuals
Exactly.
that even I saw in the dressing room when you surpassed that
Follow on.
total, even I felt that when I thought that could be that turning point in your team. But whatever happened with the whole Ashwin incident after that, I feel that wasn't how things were looking from the outside. I don't think things are that settled, and I don't think the mindset of the team right now is the way it would have been, last time you went to Australia when things were not going your way. And whenever the Indian team has come back, whenever they're pushed to a corner, you can sense that feeling in the team of being united and wanting to win from there. But at this point, I think everyone is still sort of fighting their own battles. Those battles are just overpowering the cause for the team. And I'm not saying that's a deliberate thing that the players are doing. I think it's just because they're not too happy with themselves that they're not able to contribute in the victory of the team. So at times you sort of, it's a very thin line between thinking for your own cause and thinking for the team. It just subconsciously, not deliberately, it tends to happen. And I think that's exactly what's happening here.
I don't think it's really going to matter much as far as Ashwin's maybe retirement is concerned, or the whole let's say incident was handled. I think you have negotiated 2 of the most hard venues down under. You won in Perth, you drew in Brisbane. I have a very strong feeling that half the job is done.
It's a strong feeling. Your strong feelings scare me
But-
sometimes, Gulati.
But I gave the logic also, na? It's a different thing that you
You
don't
gave the
agree with
same
it.
logic. You gave the same logic to South Africa also in
That's
Barbados,
okay.
June 29.
All your predictions can't come right, and that's okay. I can live with that.
Okay, you let us know what you think or where this test match is heading. The one thing we cannot say with certainty who's winning, but one thing we can tell you with certainty is that we're going to be live every day at the end of the day's play. Of course, we're going to be live on the first day as soon as the toss is done with our analysis, and then end of each day's play. A lot of you know that, and a lot of you join us for those live discussions. So look forward to your company. End of each day's play, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, how many ever days the test match goes. We'll be here live on Sports Today, and it's not just the live show. Plenty more other tidbits, news, information coming in from Australia and all other parts of the world related to sports.
Yep.
For that, you
Sports
subscribe to
Today.
Sports Today.
Yep, indeed. So, Merry Christmas yet again. And
He's the only one in Christmas colors.
Sports Today colors.
And sports.
And Sports Today colors. Yes, and happy Boxing Day also for tomorrow. We are counting down less. It's just one night away. The Boxing Day test match at
Night
this
to
one.
at night only, na? Starts at night only.
No.
5 a.m. is morning.
4:30 am we'll be live, na?
So that is
4:30.
AM. I know the sun isn't
For
out,
him
but
it's night. He sleeps around.
he
that
sleeps
time.
at that time. Nah, yeah, theek hai. So yep, 4:30 am we'll join you for the toss from Boxing Day test match. So from me, Gulati, Nikhil and Shashwat, bye bye. Subscribe to Sports Today. Vanakkam. Merry Christmas yet again. Shabba khair. Eat your vegetables. Eat your.
Oh, don't trouble your mother. I was waiting for Shubh Ratri.
I told that is later. I'll say bye bye.